We live in a country where roads are one of the most important modes of transportation. There are more than 230 million people who own a vehicle. Pune alone has 36.27 lakh vehicle owners. But how many of those actually know traffic rules? As per the amendment to the Motor Vehicles Act, you will have to pay a penalty of Rs 5,000 in case you're caught driving without a license. The penalty in these cases has been increased by more than 10 times. Previously, the penalty for driving without a license was a mere Rs 500. A penalty of Rs 2,000 can also be levied on you in case you disobey government orders. Prior to this, the amount of penalty in such a case was a mere Rs 500. In case of drunken driving, the offender faces an imprisonment of up to 6 months and or a fine of up to Rs 10,000 in case of a first time offence. For the second offence, there will be a prison term of up to 2 years and or a fine of Rs 15,000 will be levied. Penalty for overspeeding has been increased from Rs 400 to Rs 1,000. In case of a light motor vehicle, it will be Rs 2,000. Offences relating to accidents can lead to an imprisonment of up to 6 months and or a fine of up to Rs 5,000. Let's have a look at these amended fines. Let's hear what our senior legal expert, Advocate Abhishek Upadhye, has to say about the state of play of Indian traffic conditions.
So now the population, if you see the population of India, we have 1.3 billion people staying in India. Now out of this 1.3 billion people, there are 230 million people who are the registered owners of a vehicle. Now when you see such kind of a ratio that there are so many private vehicles that are playing on the road, one thing that is very clear from this entire statistics is that the public transport is not that fast. If you bear cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, there you can say that the public transport is pretty much stronger. But still the traffic problem again persists in these cities also. But this entire ratio of 1.3 billion people staying in a country and out of which 230 million owning a vehicle, this itself shows that the public transport is not that a much viable option for the public. Now you can say that why are the fines increasing, or why is the government coming up being so strict? So first thing, if you minus the metropolitan cities, like the 5 metropolitan cities, if you see cities like maybe Satara, Sangli, Nashik, I don't see a lot of people following the traffic rules. They don't carry the license. They will carry transportation material on their bikes, which is basically harmful and dangerous to the safety of the public. So something that needs to be done by that for this, and that is the reason the government has actually increased the fine. So the number one point is that the government wants to become a deterrent, the most biggest deterrent in the commission of such offences. And see, it is also necessary. If you see that a person is traveling without helmet, this is actually against the safety policies. You go outside, you look at any developed economies that have proper traffic rules. Though they have a speed limit, they still have a policy of a helmet. Car seat belts. Now the government had to actually start collecting fines for people to make understand that they should be wearing seat belts. It is for their own safety. It is not for the government safety. So somewhere the government is trying to act as a deterrent. They don't want the commission of an offence, and the reason they have put fines which are very heavy on the pocket is because earlier the fines were merely in the range of 500 to 1500 rupees. Now when they take it to the range of 5,000, they know that the public is going to feel the pinch, and once a person feels the pinch, it is like a preventive measure that he doesn't do. Like tomorrow, if I'm going out without a license and if I'm being charged 5,000, next time I will make sure that I have a license because I don't want to pay that 5,000 rupees as a fine. So I'll give you a very live example, or a very basic example that I'll tell you. Okay, so I saw that in Dubai there is a rule that the vehicle that is coming on the right hand side, or that is to your right hand side, should wait and allow you to pass, irrespective of its speed or irrespective of the size of the vehicle. Now this is a rule, and it was so diligently followed that when I was crossing, a big SUV was coming from the right hand side, and the speed must be somewhere close to 120 kilometers per hour. But seeing us that we are crossing and they being on our right side, they immediately stopped. and with respect. They were not honking on us that why did you make us stop. This is a certain rule that they are following. And one more thing that I would also like to point out, that now one of my friends who stays in US, now in US, when I visit him in US, he will follow all the traffic rules, like wearing the helmet. If he's even on a bicycle, he will wear a helmet. If he's in a car, he'll put on the seat belt. He will not cross the speed limit. He will not try to evade any taxes that are levied on the vehicle. But when the same person comes to India, that same person he will not wear a seat belt. He'll ride a bike without so this is where the cultural shift or the cultural change that needs to come in, and that is what the mindset of the people that need to change. That over there, just because someone is watching you, that's the reason you are following the rules. So that shouldn't be the case. Someone is watching you for your own safety, but your own safety lies in your own hands first.